What's up, guys? My name is Diego Alexis Alonso, and today I have a video that I want to share with you. We're going to talk about breathing today. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so that you can be notified when my future videos drop, so you can begin to level up as a man, dude. Are we trying to become the best versions of ourselves or what? If you are, make sure you subscribe. Now, breathing. This breathing, everybody does it. Every single person does it. Question is, do we actually do it correctly? How many of you guys ever ask yourselves that question? Are you actually breathing correctly? We all assume we do because it's a very natural thing that we all do. It's a necessity in order for us to live. But most of us don't know how to do it correctly. And we've never even known that there's actually a better way to do it. And there's so many problems that occur because of the fact that we breathe poorly, but we have no idea it's because of that, right? Now, can you imagine, bro, like, we all know that we need to breathe in order for us to survive, right? Like, we can go a few days without food. We can go a few days without water. We can abstain from these different things, but you really can't go more than a few minutes without taking a breath, right? It's a necessity. Now, this obviously indicates that it's a major function within the body. Now, can you imagine that this engine, right, this engine that allows you to breathe, can you imagine that it's only running on maybe 3 to 4 cylinders when you got 8? You have the potential to operate. You have the potential to operate on 8 cylinders, but you're only operating on 3 or 4. You might not even be aware that that's the case. Right? But this is the impact that breathing has, right? When you breathe incorrectly, you are in a fight, flight, or freeze state, right? This is also known as the sympathetic nervous system. So I'm sure you've heard that term, fight, flight, and freeze. Basically, your nervous system is dialed into a sympathetic state when it is under perceived danger, right? So if there's a lion, it's chasing you, you are going to be in a sympathetic nervous system state, so that you can actually escape, right? That's what notifies you that you're in danger, right? Like when you're in the sympathetic nervous system, it's like you have a lot of stress and anxiety, and that's to kind of keep you, that's kind of to notify you that you're in danger and that you need to go to safety. Okay, so it's very useful. The sympathetic nervous system is essential in order for us to survive, but it's only useful when it's activated in the correct situations. The thing is, though, is that when you're actually breathing incorrectly, you are causing yourself to be in that anxiety, stress-driven state for the entire day, right? So there's 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, 360 days in a year, and every single second that you're living, you're breathing incorrectly. So you are forcing yourself to be in a sympathetic state, and that's causing you to be always stressed, always anxious, always fluctuating in your mood, right? Think about all the people that you know who are suffering from panic attacks, from depression, from anxiety, from stress. A very, very big contributing factor for all those illnesses is your breathing. It's something super easy to correct, but most of us don't even know that we can correct it. Most of us don't even know that we're actually breathing wrong. So when you don't breathe correctly, not only are you causing yourself more stress, but also you're not giving your body the oxygen that it needs to actually be optimized, to be at its best capability. Okay? When you're breathing incorrectly, you're not giving your brain, your organs, your entire body the oxygen that it needs in order for it to function at its best. Okay? Now you might be asking yourself by now, well, how do I know, Diego, if I'm actually breathing incorrectly? It's a good question. It's a very good question. What you're gonna do is this. You're gonna put one hand on your chest, another hand on your stomach. Okay? You're gonna take deep breaths in and out. Okay? So it's gonna look like this. Okay. So as you can see, my top hand is raising up and down. My bottom hand, there's hardly any action whatsoever. Okay? If your top hand is moving, that means you're breathing incorrectly. Okay? If your top hand is moving up and down like that, it means that you're breathing incorrectly. That means that you are using your neck and your shoulder muscles to breathe. And these muscles were never the muscles that you were meant to use to breathe. Okay? Now, if your top hand and your bottom hand both move, so it'd be like you are halfway to actually breathing correctly. Okay? So you're not there, you're not 100% there, you're almost there, but not completely. If your top hand is still moving, not good at all. You're still using those muscles, which is causing you to be more tense. Okay? When you breathe up here, you're causing all these muscles that were never meant to help you breathe, you're causing them to be more tense. Okay? Now, if you are somebody who, when you breathe deeply, your bottom hand only moved, you're like 95% there, so it would look like this. Yeah, as you can see, as I breathe in, my stomach expands, my hand goes out. As I exhale, my stomach contracts, my hand goes, it sinks into my stomach, right? That's how you should do it. Now, if on the breath in, your hand goes in, and on the exhale, your stomach goes out, so it look like this. That's called paradoxical breathing, and that's terrible. That's so bad. Don't do that, okay? Not good. What you want is on the inhale, stomach expands outward. On the exhale, it narrows, okay? Your belly button sinks towards your spine as you exhale. That's what you want. That's what you want, okay? So when you breathe like this, when you breathe correctly, it activates, guess what? Your parasympathetic nervous system. Rest, digest, and recover. This is the state that you want to be in if you want to be more calm, more mental clarity, more energy because you're giving your body more oxygen to supply its organs, all its necessary functions. You're supplying every single cell in your body with more oxygen. And that's by breathing with your stomach. Okay? You take in more oxygen when you breathe with your stomach than you do up here. Pretty crazy stuff. Pretty crazy stuff. Now, if you want to learn more techniques that'll help you to breathe here, and maybe you're already breathing here, but maybe that expansion is not as much, so that means that you're not getting as much oxygen as you can. Maybe you're too tight here, right? Maybe you're too tight in the midsection that it's very difficult for you to have a good expansion in your belly and whatnot. That sounds like you. I'm going to be releasing more videos on techniques to help you to really stretch out this area and make you more and more attuned to breathing correctly, okay? We're going to help you to get more expansion and then also help you to develop the habit, like program your subconscious to only breathe right here so you can remain calm, serene, focused, energized throughout the entire day so that you can stop reacting, stop living in a sympathetic nervous system state, and start to actually consciously decide how you want to live your life. We're going to go from reacting to actually conscious responding. Stay tuned for more videos like this. I want to share with you a quick Bible verse. I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. Now, I like to connect everything that I do to the Bible. If this is not your style, no worries. I hope you already learned something. But if you are also into some spirituality, here's something to feed your soul that connects with what we're talking about today. This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 25. We're going to go all the way down to 34. So it's going to be a lengthy paragraph, but good information. Therefore, I tell you, do not be anxious about your life, what you shall eat or what you shall drink, nor about your body, what you shall put on. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothing? Look at the birds of the air. They neither sow nor reap nor gather into barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not of more value than they? And which of you, by being anxious, can add 1 cubit to his lifespan? And why are you anxious about clothing? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin, yet I tell you, even Solomon in all his glory was not clothed like one of these. But if God so clothes the grass of the field, which today is alive and tomorrow is thrown into the oven, will he not much more clothe you, O you of little faith? Therefore do not be anxious, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or what shall we wear? For the Gentiles seek all these things, and your heavenly Father knows that you need them. You need them all. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things shall be yours as well. Therefore do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Let the day's own trouble be sufficient for the day. So do not be anxious, right? Do not be anxious. When we breathe correctly, we can be better disciples of Christ. We can begin to learn. We can begin to be more. We can begin to live out the word more fully by breathing correctly. Because how can we not be anxious when we're actually breathing in a manner in which it causes us anxiety, right? If you're 2 + 2 = 4, right? Always. 4 plus 2 equals 6, always. Right? When you breathe with your neck plus your shoulder muscles, it equals anxiety. Okay? So if you want to develop a deeper relationship with God and really help to live out His Word, then it's crucial for us to learn how to breathe correctly so that we can start to train ourselves to be less anxious and rely on God's grace. If this helped you, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. God bless you.